Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Woo!
hey, hey.
It is time once again for cash flow conversations. Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we are
Yes.
ready, ready, ready. I am
Yes.
Christine Jackson, and I just want you guys to know that cash flow conversations is for anyone. When I say anyone, I mean anyone over the age of 18, single or married, doesn't matter. Parents, no children, doesn't matter. Homeowners, renters, doesn't matter. 1099, self employed, entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. If you desire multiple streams of income, you love to have fun, you love to travel, and helping the thought of helping other people just light you up, then we have something just for you, right? I am joined today. I am not alone. I am Christine Jackson, hailing out of Atlanta, Georgia. Been living here for about 13 years. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. But I came to Atlanta in search of a better life, like most people do, right? And I have indeed created that better life. But I am not alone. I'm also joined by the beautiful, talented Miss Tina J from Getting to the Core Innovations. Hey, Miss Tina, how are you?
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing today?
Doing
It's
very
a
well.
it's a beautiful evening. Again, my name is Coach Tina J, as you know, as everyone knows, and I'm the creator and host of Get to the Core broadcast, where we educate, empower, and enhance your point of view. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's all about growth and leadership and personal development and building a legacy right away, right? So it's like at the end of the day, I'm just super excited about being able to share this opportunity with you here today.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And it looks like we have another guest, but I can't see who it is. So I can't really tell you much unless she decides to come on camera and join
Let
us.
me see. Hold on. Just
I'm
one
just
second.
teasing. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who it is. And I'm so super excited to have this young lady on with us tonight. She will be with us when she's ready. But I'm excited for your favorite auntie to be back because your favorite auntie is back with some updates, y'all. Last time Eve Williams joined us, we were talking about this contest she was in with the great Damon John. I think she placed sixth nationwide, which is a heck of an accomplishment. I know I voted for her multiple times, but to place sixth in a nationwide concert contest is amazing. We also talked about your favorite auntie catering. I know she has a catering gig coming up next Monday because I will be there to taste the food personally, and I am excited for that. But I'm not gonna tell all of her stuff. I'm gonna let her tell it when she's ready to come on camera. But how was your Mother's Day, Miss Tina J, Coach Tina J?
It was a beautiful day and evening. The weather was just right. It was just right. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. We went to see Michael, and the I don't want to call it a biopic. It wasn't even a documentary. It was an amazing movie. Like I know people have heard had mixed reviews about it. Some people said it fell flat. Some people said it didn't give enough information. But I would tell you, while watching this movie, I cried a couple times. But I think my biggest takeaway was him writing everything down. Everything he wanted to accomplish, he wrote it down. He dreamed and he imagined what it would be like to be in Neverland. He he even when it came down to, his nose before he had the first plastic surgery, he was trying to be perfect. He wanted a symmetrical face. He wanted the pictures when they took pictures of him, he wanted his face to be symmetrical in the pictures, and he thought that his nose was throwing it off. So there were huge messages about self esteem. There were huge messages about self love, abuse, and the trauma that follows abuse. But I think one of the biggest things was that I saw that they showed him doing was these little post-it notes everywhere. He wrote messages to himself before he started singing in the studio for his first solo album. He stood there before they turned on the mic. Quincy Jones was waiting on him to sing, and he was in there. They turned on the microphone, and he was in there saying affirmations to himself, just reminding himself how amazing he was. I am amazing. I am awesome. I deserve the world. Everything I desire is coming to me. And I'm going to be the biggest superstar the world has ever seen. He said that to himself as a young person. He was not playing. He did not come to play, and neither did we. So you guys, we are going to be ramping things up. Hope everybody had a beautiful Mother's Day. We did not do our Sunday business presentation yesterday, but we will be back. So if you desire to come on to a private platform with us for us to really give you the raw and the real nitty gritty.
I am back, y'all. I've been having some connection problems.
Okay, okay. I love it. I love that you kept trying. I love that you kept trying. But if you want to join us next Sunday for the raw and the real nitty gritty down to it, like we gonna talk about the numbers. We're gonna talk about the benefits. We're gonna talk about the pitfalls. We're gonna share some secrets of being a travel professional in the entrance in the industry of network marketing and what that actually really looks like. Right. So we do that on Sundays at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, Sundays at 6 p.m. And you are welcome to join. Just slide in the DM and say, hey, I want to come on Sunday, and we will make sure that you get all of the proper information that you need to make sure you are in the house. Okay. Our guest, Miss Evelyn Williams, is out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's from Philadelphia. She is a traditional entrepreneur. She is a nutrition specialist with the city, with the Atlanta Public School. I was going to say St. Louis, Atlanta
Atlanta.
Atlanta public school system. I don't know why I was going to put you in St. Louis, but we are welcoming your favorite auntie. Y'all look at that logo. Isn't it beautiful? Your
Oh
favorite
my
auntie,
God.
Kay. We want to see
Yes.
your face, auntie. Where y'all put your face?
Here I come. Here I come. Wait a minute. Here I come. Here I. Why is it not coming on?
I
I told
don't
you I got some
know. I don't
connection issues
know.
today.
Okay, so while
My
you do that,
Lord.
we gonna turn it over to Miss Coach Tina J. Coach Tina
Yes.
J, tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you are, what do you do for a living, and what's your business? What's your side business? What's your side hustle? Or is it a side hustle or is it a full fledged business?
Okay, so I'm originally from North Augusta, South Carolina, and I've been in this business for about 1.5, going on 2 years. And I My business is a full-fledged business. I offer different services within my business. And as you get to know me, you know those services. We already know one of them as far as the podcast, but I also do t-shirts and innovate different services. I also have my travel business. So it's like different avenues of services that I provide within my company. And I do this all on the side while I work in hospitality.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. You, in other words, you know how to get to the core.
Oh
You know
yeah.
how to get to the bag, and the
Get to
bag
the
is the
bag.
core
In the
these
bag is the
days, honey. Let's
yes.
not talk about these prices, this economy, right? Like gas, they're charging us more for it, but then they're watering it down with
Mm-hmm.
the ethanol, so we don't get to go as far. What
It's
is that about?
backwards.
I left home today. I had almost a full tank of gas, y'all. I literally was one line, so I was 1/8 from full.
Oh my gosh.
I drove up the road 20 minutes to go to the doctor. And then I drove from there to the airport, probably 40 minutes, and back home. When I got home, I was under half a tank.
Mm.
Like I didn't go anywhere. I literally drove for 1 hour and used a half a tank of gas. I don't get it. I mean, I've been in the transportation industry and I've always said, well, the cost of gas, it is what it is. It's the cost of doing business. I'm not too, I don't put too much
Right.
stress about it, right? But these days, at $4.20 a gallon, baby, something has to give. And that's why to us it's so important that we are here, right? We're on a mission. We are on a mission to
Right.
tell as many people as possible that there is an easier way. There is a way for you to create income from a home-based business, not homebound, because you could do it from anywhere, anytime, right? You could do
Yeah.
it on your commute, on your way to work. You could do it, you know, from the bed if you don't feel like getting out the bed.
Hmm.
You can do it from the beach.
Correct.
You can do it from anywhere. So we got our your favorite auntie. Are you
And
cooking,
I'm
lady?
I am cooking. I'm doing meal prep for my partner, so he won't starve this week. That's what
I
I'm
love
All
doing.
it.
right. So we want you to of course we're selfish. We want your undivided attention. Like we want you to sit down and
Yes,
talk to
I'm
us.
right here.
Okay, but you
I'm right
sideways.
here. Am I
All right, so
sideways?
there you
Hold
go.
on.
All right, so tell the people, like, look at us, right? Why you got us, why we got your attention. Tell the people who you are and what you do, and why are you back? Because you were just here a couple of weeks ago. You got some updates.
Yes, yes. So I am Evelyn Williams from Philadelphia, born and raised. Um, I've been in entrepreneurship for a very long time. I guess since I was young. But feeding and giving back to people, the community, and children has always been a thing that I have done. And I moved to Atlanta to start over, get that fresh start, and to do something bigger for my family, create something bigger for them. So I started working, Christine. You know, I was working, grinding out every day until I was exhausted. Finally, I came and realization I needed to go ahead and do my own thing. Since I already knew what I needed to do, I just jumped out on faith and created that lane for myself. I let myself
Uh-oh, we lost audio. But Tina, just based off what she just said, until we get the audio situation figured out, she said she created her own lane. Now, tell me that's not innovative. She had to
Very,
listen.
very innovative. You know, the thing that's been coming through my mind is the things that we need, we innovate the solution to the problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have a desperate need, you create a instant solution for
Hmm.
that problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a different perspective. I feel it all day long. I'm always innovating new spaces for new lanes.
Yes, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And like I said earlier, I don't know what happened to Eve's audio, but I'm sure. we will figure she will figure it out and she'll come back so she can finish talking about that, because like I said, I'm excited to hear all of the updates that have happened in her life. Like we're friends in real life, like you and I.
Right.
Like we really know each other in real life. We're not just like getting on here making stuff up. Like
Yeah,
so
no.
I've had a front seat to Eve's transition over these last 4 or 5 months, right? Like I met her working at a restaurant here in Atlanta. Very famous, iconic restaurant. Love them to pieces. The food is amazing. Best soul food, if you ask me. Best soul food, best breakfast, best everything. A restaurant called Kinley's. And I met Eve there. And every time I would go in there for breakfast or something, she always had a smile on her face. So we connected. Right. And then, when she left, I go in there looking for her. And she's like, "Oh no, honey, I had to do something different. I had to do something for me."
Right.
So she left and she launched Your Favorite Auntie's Catering Company. And I'm gonna leave it right
Um,
there. So while we're waiting on Eve to come back and get her audio and stuff situated, I want to share something with you guys. This was from Saturday, and I don't let me see. I was gonna say I don't have a pen and a pad available, but I do. I see one. I'm gonna grab my pen and pad while this video is playing because I want to take notes because there's some things that Tina, were you on Saturday?
no, I wasn't.
Okay, me either. But I made it my business to play the replay. Right, it's recorded. That's one thing I love
Oh,
about this business. If you miss it, you can go back and watch it. And so I'm watching the replay, and this brother was dropping so much
I'm back.
wisdom. Okay, this brother was dropping so much wisdom that, honey, I said I have to play this tonight on Cashflow Conversations because it was amazing. All right, Miss Eve, I kind of caught
Okay.
everybody up to where you were. We met at Kinley's.
Yes.
You left. You
Yeah. So
created
we met
your
at Kenny. I
own lane.
created my lane and I started pushing myself out there as far as getting grants, trying to get community on my side to help me grow. And I wound up applying for the Entrepreneur Impact Grant, which was a 25,000 grant to help build my business, scale my business, everything. But unfortunately, I did not win it. So that is, I was in it for a while, but I did not make it to the top three. I made it to the top five, which was still a blessing in it all because it was an experience that I never had done before.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, after that, I decided to take on another venture that something that I was familiar with that I haven't done in a while, thanks to Miss Christine. um, Now, I done told people about her because she had me crying for this experience. And it was a good cry. It was a healthy cry. It was a God cry. So I wound up being able to go back into the field of network marketing. And I also got my first business partner. I want to say, what was that? About a week? Not even a whole week,
Right,
Christine.
right.
Not maybe a couple days. A
Six
couple days.
days, five, six
6 days.
days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. And not even a whole week. And that was so amazing for me because this is going to help me help a lot of people in my business, as far as feeding them, allowing them to travel where they want to travel, do the things and create the freedom that they want to have. And that's what my purpose for people to have is freedom, and what they do and how they move and when they move. So I'm excited about my new journey, that I have right now that's going along with my current journey. So I'm excited, Christine. What would y'all like to ask me?
Well, okay. So first of all, I love the fact that you can multitask, and I'm looking at this food that you're putting together. But I think that our viewers may be a little distracted. So
They better not be.
what we're going to do is hopefully allow you enough time to finish what you're doing and have
Yes.
a sit down so we can actually have a conversation with you. But in the meantime, stay tuned while you're finishing up.
Mhm.
And what we're gonna do is, I was just telling them we're gonna play a couple clips. So this past
Okay.
weekend, we had the director spotlight, and it was director Nakia Muhammad answered a
Yes.
question from our president, Mr. Dwayne Vansell, on. I'm just gonna let them do it. I'm gonna grab my pen and my pad so I can be ready with my notes to ask questions afterwards. But I just want y'all to
Mhm.
take a listen to this clip, and then we're gonna come back and discuss it.
Okay.
All right. So let me make sure. I think I'm getting better with this. I have everything set up. Okay, I got everything set up. I just want to make sure we are all good on the back, in the back scene, in the back, what is it called, studio. Let me take that off the screen. All right, let me know if you guys can see my screen. Were you able to see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I forgot it mutes everybody once I'm behind, backstage. So I'm going to go ahead and go backstage and show the video clip, and then I'll come back.
For those folks watching, you just touched on a couple of different things a few moments ago. Traditional business owner, married 30 years, three adult children. Now you're a grandfather as well. All of these things, and just flying through the ranks here at Planet Marketing. How do you manage that? And literally, when you talk about flying, not only are you doing a weekly meeting now in Detroit, I see you hopping around from city to city, building as well. How do you manage all of it? And what do you say to the people that are struggling with that cyclical effect in their lives?
Well, I think that people often use this word, Mr. Vance, so is balance, right? How do you balance that? How do you balance that? You're looking at the wrong word. It's not about balance, it's about rhythm, right? So you're never going to attain balance. Think about that, right? So if you're working 5 days a week, and then you have the weekend, that's 5 days and 2 days. That's not balance. I mean, even God created the earth in 6 days and the world and then rested on the seventh. It's not balance. It's about rhythm. So it's about working hard and playing hard, right? You work hard and then you disengage from the work and you take a break, right? Even animals have leisure. So you work and then you take a break. It's a rhythm, right? You work really hard, but the key is don't play when you're working and don't work when you're playing, right?
Mm.
You have to disengage and spend that time with family. I have this concept of being fully present, right? So right now, the only thing that's happening right now is what we're doing right now, not what happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. It's about being fully present at the time, right? And so I think again the illusion is balance, and it eludes us because we're always trying to measure that. And again, it's not about balance; it's about rhythm. Work hard, play hard. When you're working, work. When you're playing, play, and don't mix the two.
Whew. Good. That's good.
Thank you for that, Mr. Muhammad. Again, events. The
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's powerful, right? I love, 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 love. I'm gonna throw it over to you, Coach Tina J. But I'm just gonna pull
I
out.
love that.
I'm gonna pull out my top favorite things that he said. This is my third time actually listening to it because the interview was that powerful, right? But I love how he said people are always searching for balance when really what you want to create is a rhythm. That was my
Mhm.
first thing. And for me, that stood out for me. That stood out for me because when I love music, right? So I thought about it this way. My favorite rapper, I love entertainment. I think we all do. One of my mentors says all the time, like we love to be entertained more than educated. So we have been entertained our whole lives. I just told y'all, watching the movie Michael made me cry because it took me back to a time in my life where I was young and innocent and watching him grow up, right in the 70s. But he had a he they my favorite singer, my favorite rapper, my favorite comedian, they have a certain cadence. Cadence is synonymous with rhythm, right? So if you are searching for a real work life balance, according to the wise director Nakia Muhammad, you're focused on the wrong thing. Focus on a work life rhythm, or in his words, a work play rhythm. Work when you're working, work hard, play hard. But when you at work, don't play. And when you at play, don't work. I thought that was super powerful. So that was my first takeaway out of it.
I definitely agree with everything you just said as far as like keeping the rhythm because I'm a music person myself. The first thing I hear is the beat. The next thing I hear is the words. And I'm like, if it didn't flow with my mood, I'm not gonna stay listening to it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling a certain way, I need to match the frequency that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So that I can develop a momentum cadence. So I definitely get that point of view because it makes me go into the mindset of like not forcing things. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't force something that's not all the way developed there yet. You know what I'm
like
saying? Everything's gonna come in due time. When it's your time, it's your time.
I like that. I like that. He does talk about that a little bit later on in the interview. I'm not gonna play it, but one of the other things he said too was, who told you had to rush? Who told you had to rush? So I'm in a business coaching program and we are entering into phase 3. We had a break during phase 2 and phase 3, about 2-3 weeks. And during that 2-3 weeks break that we've been on, I relaxed from that part of my life, right? I didn't look at it, I didn't touch it, I didn't do anything with it. So my coach reached out to me and she said, I'm missing some stuff in your file. I'm going to give you an extension to the 10th. So you think you can get it in by the 10th? I said, sure. And as I was filling out the questionnaires and the surveys, I was like, they're not going to like these answers because I've refocused. During that time of rest, I was
Hmm.
able to hone into my own frequency, my own
Right.
vibration, and decide how I want to move forward with the wellness business, the travel business, the limousine business, right? The network marketing business. Like, how do I want to show up to the world? And I made some decisions on how it would be better served for me. And that to me is part of creating that rhythm. Um, I like what you said about not forcing things and how music it has to fit your mood, it has to fit your frequency. Only thing I wanted to add to that is sometimes you needed to lift the mood and lift the frequency. See, music, rhythm, in this case, what we're using rhythm as it relates to business and being an entrepreneur, you might need to pick up the pace, you might need
Hmm.
to slow down the pace.
Hmm.
You might need to be reflective. You might need to be doing nothing. You might need to be doing more. But at any rate, I think your favorite auntie, Miss E. Williams, I think she could definitely attest to what it's like to either trying to find a balance or understanding that it needs to be a rhythm. Auntie, where are you? I think we might have to come back. Oh, there she is. I can't hear you. I think you muted yourself. There, it went away. I still no. It says you're muted. Hold on. No, you're on my end. It says your volume is working. It's on your end. Nope. You got to tap the microphone.
Mhm.
What was your favorite part of the interview, Coach Tina J?
The best part of the interview for me was just like really being fully present. You know what I'm saying? And there's a time to be fully present. It's in my mind. It's like it takes me back to goal setting. It depends on the what you're focused on. You know what I'm saying? You set a certain goal. You set a certain time limit to get to that goal. Test yourself to see if you can get to that goal and be fully present in that time frame that you set that goal. You know,
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fully intentional with your decisions and what you do based off of what you want.
absolutely. I love how he put it. The work hard and the play hard. Be present. Be fully present when you are at play. I
Can
know
you
Hmm.
he
hear me?
talked. Yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay. I don't know. It's something wrong with this phone or this signal.
Were you able to hear the interview?
I was able to hear the interview.
All right. What was your biggest takeaway?
Oh man, when I tell you that balance, trying to find that balance. When he said that, when you said not finding balance, you need to have that rhythm. Like when I tell you, that hit me because I was recently trying to figure out some balance. I said, I don't need balance. I need to find a whole rhythm to work everything because everything works together. So I don't have to balance it because it's already balanced. I just have to make it a smooth transition, a smooth rhythm, so I can actually complete the things that I need to do in those tasks. So, you know, I'm good with multitasking. So it's like, finding that rhythm. I'm getting to it. Like I'm finally getting to work. I'm
I
finally
love
getting
it.
to
I love it, and it's so true because one of the things I like to when we're having this conversation, because I've had this conversation multiple times with multiple people, was like one of my mentors, Mr. Orlando Moore, says when you look at the scales, when the scales are balanced, it's like I don't know how well y'all can see my hands, but when the scales are balanced, you're at zero.
Mm.
You turn on your scale in the bathroom or you use the scale in the kitchen, it starts at zero. Zero is balance. No one wants to be at zero. So why is everyone searching for balance?
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna dive deep into that a little bit more. I think Richard Wilson just joined us. How you doing, Mr. Richard Wilson the third?
I am well. I am well. How's my crew doing?
We
Hello,
are
hello, Richard.
well.
I know I'm on the other grind, doing my time.
I don't know if you driving?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, you be safe out there. I was going to ask you if you could see this video that we just took a look at this video and we're discussing it. And I wanted to get your takeaway. So even if you can't see it, you
I
can
can I
probably.
can see the video. I can see
Okay.
you. I just put my camera down because the resolution in here is dark.
Okay. All right. Got you. Got you. Got you. So I'm going to play it one more time. It's not that much, but
Okay.
I do want to get your takeaway from it since you are able to join us.
All right.
All right. Let me see. How do I do it? Okay. Okay. Let me go back. Scene.
22 years old, hopped on a flight and just said you'd never left the United Kingdom before. Folks watching, you just touched on a couple of different things a few moments ago. Traditional business owner, married 30 years, three adult children. Now you're a grandfather as well. All of these things, and just flying through the ranks here at Planet Marketing. How do you manage that? And literally, when you talk about flying, not only are you doing a weekly meeting now in Detroit, I see you hopping around from city to city, building as well. How do you manage all of it? And what do you say to the people that are struggling with that cyclical effect in their lives?
Well, I think that people often use this word, Mr. Vance, so is balance, right? How do you balance that? How do you balance that? You're looking at the wrong word. It's not about balance, it's about rhythm, right? So you're never going to attain balance. Think about that, right? So if you're working 5 days a week, and then you have the weekend, that's 5 days and 2 days. That's not balance. I mean, even God created the earth in 6 days and the world and then rested on the seventh. That's not balance. It's about rhythm. So it's about working hard and playing hard, right? You work hard and then you disengage from the work and you take a break, right? Even animals have leisure. So you work and then you take a break. It's a rhythm, right? You work really hard, but the key is don't play when you're working and don't work when you're playing, right?
Mm.
You have to disengage and spend that time with family. I have this concept of being fully present, right? So right now, the only thing that's happening right now is what we're doing right now, not what happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. It's about being fully present at the time, right? And so I think again the illusion is balance, and it eludes us because we're always trying to measure that. And again, it's not about balance; it's about rhythm. Work hard, play hard. When you're working, work. When you're playing, play, and don't mix the two.
Yes, I see you clapping, Tina. Yes, I love it.
It's
I love
just
it.
Uh huh.
I said I was looking at Tina's was clapping for Director Muhammad, Planet Marketing's newest 3-star director, about the work life rhythm versus
Rhythm,
balance.
balance. We've always been thrown off by all the words. I got a lot on my plate. I'm too busy. It's not the right time. Woo! Uh, it's not the right time. What do you mean it's not the right time? I got to get this in place and that in place. The perfect time is never going to, and that's the same as what he's talking about, balance and rhythm. You get into a mode where your concentration, your focus is on your goals, and you have in what category you have. You just got to know you're meeting to meet your goals. You plan to work, meet your goals. So you're focused on working hard. And then, like I said, every leisure or everything has leisure. When you work, you work. When it's time to relax, relax. Don't work and relax because that doesn't work. Does that make sense?
right,
I hear Christine
right.
It
laughing
makes perfect
already in the
sense.
background. She's already laughing in the background, so I already hear that. So you got to do that. And when you get your rhythm together, it all comes together. So set your rhythm.
Absolutely.
Basically, when you set your pace, you set your rhythm.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that. I think he dropped the mic on that. It was a powerful interview, and again, I am tooting our horn because we get that type of insider personal development with our leadership team all the time. Um, Mr. Bradley was on the Friday Inspirational Morning Vitamin, and of course, I do have a clip from what he talked about. Um, and I'm gonna play it in a little bit, but I love that we get to have these conversations. So my next takeaway from what Director Muhammad said was it all ties together. So I'm refocusing on the rhythm and not the balance, because balance again is zero. Who wants to be at zero? right? You want a
Mhm.
rhythm, you want to develop a cadence in your work, in a cadence in your on your entrepreneurial journey, right?
That's
That's it.
right. It's like it starts like freedom starts with your mind first.
Right.
You can't really see the bigger picture mentally if it's hard to move bigger physically.
Mm, that's
Mm.
good. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Freedom starts in the mind. If you can't see bigger for yourself mentally, it's hard to move bigger physically.
If you can't see bigger for yourself mentally, if you can't
Mentally.
visualize what bigger and better looks like, then you definitely can't actualize it physically. I love it. I absolutely love it. Richard, you had something to add?
Well, just if I may, um, hard to come back behind something like that, but here goes. Uh, eh, as you see it, as you visualize it, believe what you visualize, and if you can believe it, you can receive it.
Absolutely. And
That's
I
that.
talked.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I talked about that when I was telling them, yeah, yesterday for Mother's Day, my children took me to see my, I can't say my children, I still say my babies, even though they're adults, took me to see Michael. And one of the things that stood out to me about the movie, even with all the bad reviews, is he wrote everything down and he imagined, he dreamed. No matter where they were when they first started out, he had that book, that Peter Pan book with him, and he dreamed and imagined about going to Neverland. And
Hmm.
he thought about it all the time, and he ended up creating his own Neverland. And how he would talk about the he would say the affirmations before he started singing in the studio, right? He would stand there and tell himself, I am the greatest of all time, I am going to be the biggest superstar the world has ever seen. And he did those things, he could see it, he visualized it, and he was able to actualize it on the physical realm. Eve, Auntie, is that something that you practice? It
Come on,
comes.
man.
What? Wait
Sorry.
a minute. Okay, now we can't have road rage on on the show. I'm finna mute him. We gonna get. I want to get Auntie Eve's perspective on that. If you can see it, you can visualize it, you can actualize it in the physical, you can manifest it if you can see it. Did you see yourself having your favorite auntie catering company before you started it? Tina, could you see yourself running GTTC innovations before you actually manifested it?
No.
No.
I mean, I it came through experience.
Okay.
It came through like when things hit me hard and I had to change the trajectory of things. You know what I'm saying? So if I was in high school and I thought that this is what I was gonna do, no. But I'm so happy that it happened.
All right, so let me ask this question then. What are you visualizing for yourself now? And what are the
N-
steps you taking to make it happen, to manifest it?
Now incorporating things more on a corporation CEO status. So it's like my mind is more wider now. We have different projects for different things, and it's like all just stay tuned because there's no rush. I work for myself. You know what I'm saying? I make my own checklist every day. And it just feels amazing to be able to say, came up with the right solution. We're going to stick it with this one.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so I don't know what is going on with Auntie's audio, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into this next clip, right? Because we are wow, we're 45 minutes in and I didn't even realize it. So that's amazing. Time is flying.
Listen, we are getting to it. It
We
is a
are.
beautiful thing.
We are. It really is. It because it's flowing easily, right? It's that rhythm. We have a rhythm and we are going with the rhythm.
Hmm.
All right, Mr. Moore. Now, the actual inspirational morning vitamin. Every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're hitting that subconscious mind of right now 1,500 individuals, right? Mr. Moore, how important was it when you were in the mountains of Afghanistan, when you were in Baghdad, was the inspirational morning vitamin to injecting some positivity while you started this business in a war zone?
Mr. Bradley, was extremely important. And those are the things I'm talking about. And it's funny, Mr. Bradley, because yesterday I had a great coaching session with Taz Hollins, and she was doing her training, preparing her training, and she said she was really doing the difference between planet marketing and network marketing, right? And
Mhm.
she asked me, she's like, Mr. Moore, well, what's the difference? You know, I got all the stuff, and I really simply shared with her that very thing. I said the planet marketing culture. I said the inspiration morning vitamin. That's not the industry of network marketing. You don't get that. That's here. I said Eagle Weekend. I said Blackout, Wall Street Blue. How we care. So we talk about that, Mr. Bradley. If it wasn't for the inspiration morning vitamin that we're on right now, which was a call back then, not a Zoom, but we keep evolving as well, I wouldn't be in this business right now. I wouldn't be in this industry right now, chances are. I'll probably be somewhere right now still in a foreign land chasing bad guys because that's what I did when I retired from the military as a contractor. Went back to Iraq, back to Afghanistan. But because I was able to plug in, sometimes, my satellite phone was working and I can get through, I was on the inspiration morning vitamin. I was listening, I was getting that positivity. Of course, the time zone was different, but Mr. Bradley, it helped me tremendously to stay connected and to be around some like-minded people where I had some positive energy in a war zone. And we know there's not a lot of positivity in a war zone. So the IMV was key for me, Mr. Bradley, and I've been around the like-minded people.
And it's critical for a lot of people. You know,
Man, the positivity, the like-minded people, that's what we offer people. That's really what we offer people. Come on, Richard, talk about it. Talk about the positivity, the like-minded people, and the culture that Planet Marketing offers people.
Like-minded people, people who are willing to see you succeed, not at your expense and not at their expense, but just because it's there for you to succeed. Because if you succeed, others succeed. Um, and we have that saying. The saying we have: you help people get what they want, you get what you want. And all of us want, in a word, success. And that success is tied to me, it's tied to you, it's tied to Tina, it's tied to Auntie E. It's there, and it interchanges between all of us.
Absolutely. Auntie Eve, are you okay? Oh, I thought okay.
I'm sorry, culture, and that is the nature and the culture of Planet Marketing. Everyone succeeds. Everyone succeeds. We don't know how. Well, we know how. We don't know when. We just say it happens when it happens, but it happens because of the work.
Yes,
I'm done.
absolutely. Auntie okay. Auntie E, did you want to speak to that? And the reason I'm coming to Auntie Eve and I really want her to be able to speak to it is because Auntie Eve came to her first meeting, y'all, And I'm gonna share this story while she gets her audio together because Auntie Eve, I need you on this one, right? It's it was an emotional, it was amazing, it was truly beneficial, and I think a lot of people were touched by Eve's first visit to an in-person meeting with Planet Marketing a couple of weeks ago. So this is from my purview, right? From my vantage point. We pull up at the Marriott, and Eve says to me, I never thought I would be back at this hotel. I used to live on this parking lot. So she began to tell me that 3 years ago, she was without a home. And but she was a Marriott Bonvoy member. She was new to Atlanta, or semi new to Atlanta. And she knew with those Bonvoy points came certain privileges. So she would stay at the Marriott on the parking lot, sleep in her vehicle. And because she was a Bonvoy member, she could go in and have breakfast. And she could go in and use the restroom, get coffee, or whatever she needed to do to go on about her day. But the day that we were having this conversation, she was walking into that building as a business owner. Talk about a full circle moment.
That's
And
so
Eve,
awesome.
whenever you can come off mute, we would love to hear it from your vantage point, because I can only give so much as to how it touched me. I got chills because for me it was, God has really shown up in your life and brought you back to a place where you were stressed out, possibly even traumatized, possibly scared to death, sleeping in a car on a hotel parking lot. Nothing at all to be ashamed of, because now on that day, you're walking in as a business owner. Not one, but a multi business owner, a catering company and a travel business and a network marketing company in 3 years' time. Talk about a rhythm, talk about a cadence, talk about being surrounded by like minded people, talk about
Right.
culture. Talk about it, Auntie. Auntie Eve, tell us from your perspective how you felt pulling up on that parking lot of that hotel.
Man, it was when Christine pulled up there, I said, I know you lying. I know you got to be. And I just started crying. And I wound up telling Christine the story of why I felt like that, because I was homeless. And I stayed at that Marriott for about 2 months before I couldn't afford it no more. And wound up in that parking lot for about maybe 3 to 4 months before I was able to find myself a room that I could afford. And coming back, it was just so real, and so it was just so unexpected. I said, and he said, "Well, what you think God's saying to you?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know." And all I know is I stopped and mid walk into there and start bawling out in the parking lot with Christine. And then we had another director walk up to us and say, "Hey, everything okay?" And Christine told her what happened. And now all of us is crying. So everyone's crying, and but it's not bad. It's just a weight was lifted, you
Mm,
know? It was something that it needed to happen. And I couldn't get myself together, and we walked in there, and I just thought about it. I said, "By God, I'm being escorted in the same place I was homeless in. I'm being escorted in a place where and down a hall I never thought I would walk down, because I always would look down the hall and say, oh, those people got money down here." And I ain't got nothing. And, that was just God putting me in a space, put me back in a space where I know I belong and
I
know that
love
I
it.
can, so I'm ready for it.
I love
I'm
it.
ready for it.
I'm gonna come back to you,
Just,
and because
just
I want to hear what you have to say about the clip that we shared. But Tina J, I see you wiping your eyes. What's going
It's
on, sis?
it's so real. Like I wasn't even there, but I know I was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that feeling and even meeting you, Auntie Eve, like just having a conversation with you, getting the pleasure to meet you, and now being able to say, girl, you a business partner. Hey girl, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be
Yeah,
seeing me in person soon, you know what I'm saying? Cause like we're like really supportive like that and like it just feels so good because I look at it like I came from such a different space, but I didn't give up when I wasn't happy. I found real like minders that I felt was more comfortable in my direction and on my frequency to really take something off that's so real. Anything is happening that you put your mind to. I ain't gonna get too emotional, but I felt like I was really there, and I'm just really proud of you and taking the decision to really make that investment in your life. You know what I'm saying? Take that chance on you.
yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely, Richard. I heard you pipe in.
yes. Uh, like Elijah, you were at that certain brook where you could be sustained. 3 years ago, you were sustained. Now he's bringing you back to that brook where you can thrive.
I love it. I love it. That is a great analogy. And so, Eve, in the video, Mr. Bradley and Mr. Moore were talking about being around like minded people and the culture of Planet Marketing. Talk about what happened once we got past the tears and once we walked down the hallway. And I love when she said that I would never go down that hallway because I said to myself, the people going down that hallway got money and I don't have any. For her to take that walk down that hallway, I know it had to seem like a long walk, but we got to the end of that hallway and went into the meeting. Talk about your experience once you got inside the room. First, wait, let me go back. Before we do that, I have to throw a shout out to Director Janelle James because that's who walked up to us. And she said, what? We need hugs? What's going on? And I told her what was going on, and she embraced both of us. So the three of us are standing there, three-person hug, tears flowing. She didn't know E from a can of paint, doesn't know me except for in passing, when she sees me at the meeting. But that's the culture that Planet has, right? So, E,
yeah.
what was it like when you got in that room?
I mean, it was so emotional that night. I just couldn't stop crying. So, and it wasn't that I was sad. It was just like, wow, out here again. And, you know, just to be around that support and just to have that community, that's all you need. It's all you need. It's all you need. And if you're looking for something else, I don't know what you're trying to look for. But that community, that culture, that support that you get and Planet is exactly what people need out here right now. And I needed that. I needed
I
that
love
night.
that. I love that too because I remember you saying that you have experience in network marketing. You remember when Mr. Bradley was in another organization. You know people that have been close to him. So when he started playing that, tell she said to me when he started playing that, people wanted to join, but they were scared because it was new and it was different. But tell them how, what it means to you, the difference between the former network marketing business that you were in compared to this one over here with Planet. What's the big difference, Eve? Did I lose her again? Man, it was just getting good. All right, Coach Tina J. What's the culture like for you? Because I know, and let me set this up too, because honey, you are a beast when it comes to these in-person meetings, baby. When I tell you driving from where you from again?
Edgefield, South Carolina.
Driving from Edgefield, South Carolina, which is 45 minutes to an hour outside of Augusta, not towards Atlanta. So past Augusta, Georgia, and this young lady drives to Atlanta to be in the room. Why is it so important for you to be in that room that you're willing to drive 3 hours?
The support in the room is everything. Like, you go there and you just like your complete self. You see everybody in different representations of the business. You get to really see people, real people who's like, I got you, I got your back. Okay, give me a call. Here, take my number. You're doing something right. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just being, people don't know about the little secrets until they actually get in there. And I'm like, I call that the hub for the reason. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is there. Everybody.
I love it. I love it. Richard, talk about it because from your perspective, I know sometimes you work a full shift. You could have been at work for 12 hours, get off work, fight traffic, and get into that Marriott hotel for the Tuesday night in person meeting. Why? Why is it so important for you to be in that room, Richard?
I'm going to learn something. I'm going to be able to take something away from there that I can use. I'm going to improve myself. My confidence is going to get raised. Um, uh, it's going to be there. It's an expectation now. And when I have to work and I miss, I want to know what I missed. No, you got to tell me. You got to tell me. You got to share it. Sometimes I tell some of my business partners on the team that I'm on. I want your notes. I got to have your notes. I'll call you for your notes, or you share them with me. And that's that's why.
Yes. Eve, you ready?
Uh,
Auntie Eve. Oh my goodness. We gonna have to have you back because I don't know what's going on with the audio, the video, all that good stuff. But it's such a powerful story, y'all, that I really want to have Auntie on to be able to sit down and really talk with us and share what it was like for her to go into that meeting. And I don't want to be the one telling the story, but come on, Eve.
I know. Come on, D.
Come
This
on,
is some,
Auntie.
this is
This
tea.
Right,
this is
because when I tell y'all,
this is your moment.
okay, here we go. She tried. She coming back in. Let's see.
Let's see.
There
Welcome
you
Yeah,
back.
go. All right. So
it's
first,
just the
I want
reception
you
on
to.
the phone.
Okay. So first, I want you to talk about what it was like going into that. Well, you talked about what it was like going into the room. So now, y'all, let me set this next one up. Last Tuesday. So Eve just started a new job as well. Congratulations on the new job. She got three new businesses and a new job all within like this last couple of months, right?
Wow.
So the new
blessings
job,
are flowing.
yes, blessings are flowing, and
I prayed for
I had
this.
told Eve, yes, I told Eve, if you can get to me, I will make sure you get to the meeting, and I will make sure you get home. Now we know the average person, you tell them they going to work, they taking their clothes with them, they getting on the bus, a train to get to a place that they're new to. A lot of people not gonna do it. But this woman, the drive, right? The drive that she displays when she got off work last week, they said you got to go to this mandatory training. Now, mind you, she's already packed her clothes for Tuesday night. She already has a plan to get to me, and I'm gonna get us to the meeting, and then I'm gonna take her home. When this woman called me and said she was heading to the train station, I said, "Wait a minute, let me get to the train station and meet you. There is no way I'm gonna let you take the train from the other side of town, get on a bus, trying to get to this meeting." Talk about it, Eve. What drove you to pack your clothes and do all of that to get into that meeting? It was something about that meeting that you had to be there. You were not going to miss it. Eve. Listen, this
Um,
okay.
I was determined. I'm gonna just say that I was just determined because I said, okay, I know I got this stuff. I got a lot of stuff on my plate right now, but it's not a lot. It's everything that I asked for. So I gotta take it one step at a time. I said I'm gonna do this.
Oh,
I'm gonna make sure I'm here. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yeah. So I said, regardless of the fact, I said, put the clothes in the bag and go on about your day. And whatever happens, happens. But you're gonna make it to that meeting by any means necessary. And I put my clothes on right before I left out. And I said, I'm on my way.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Yes, yes, yes. The determination. It's breaking up really bad. Like I said, we're gonna have to have you back on when we can be sitting still and really hear the whole story. I don't mind. I don't mind at all having this conversation again, so you can really tell your story. And I think we're gonna have some. We're gonna do an upgrade on Restream as well, so we can pull out the hottest takes and everything. I'm ready for that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm really ready for it. Cash flow conversations, real conversations about real life and how to make some real money. We are over time, but that's okay because what I would like to do before we leave here, we normally do our book recommendations. So we are still recommending Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If I can spell that. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. What's your favorite part of the book, Richard?
Right now, opening the book, every section can be a good section because you can apply yourself. Not in not not in front of everybody. There's no audience. There's no one only cheer you when you achieve, but no one's there to boo you. Um, Self evaluation, um, and and turn mindset change, mindset shift. Um, that growth we talk about. Oh, am I growing? Yeah, you will grow in this book. Um, I'm not gonna pick a section. I'm gonna say you're gonna find yourself in that book somewhere, guaranteed, to make a positive change and a positive difference for yourself and then for others.
I love it. Mindset change equals growth. What about you, Tina? What part of Think and Grow Rich has spoken to you the most?
Um, I feel like the more you learn and apply, the more valuable you become.
Mm,
And your environment matters. So, like, the people around you can either elevate your thinking or limit your growth.
I love that. So for
Yes.
me, y'all know, yes, sir.
No, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, my biggest takeaway has been actually doing the steps, right? He in the book he gives 13 steps to riches. So, step 1 is, and I want to challenge everybody on here. I hopefully Eve is watching. I don't see her on, but I'm giving y'all. I'm issuing a challenge. So this is a challenge, y'all. Coach Tina J, Coach Richard. I'm challenging both of you to write your statement of definiteness of purpose. Remember, in the book, he said, get clear on what it is you want. What is the goal? So, not only what is the goal, what are you willing to sacrifice or do to reach the goal? And when do you expect to reach the goal? Right? So, the statement of definiteness of purpose. My statement, I wrote it out. I'm going to tell y'all something. This stuff works. I was talking about it yesterday to my babies at dinner. Napoleon Hill interviewed over 2,500 people for this book. Everyone he interviewed was a millionaire or very wealthy. So he compiled what they said and came up with instructions. So the instructions, the first thing you have to have is a burning desire to reach the goal. So in writing the statement of definiteness of purpose, for me, this time, I wrote my statement out about 2 weeks ago. My statement says something to the effect of, I intend to earn $2,000 for the month of May. I'm sorry. I intend to earn $8,333 for the month of May. In order to do that, I must earn roughly $2,000 a week. I will happily drive 4 days per week as a chauffeur, and I will also host more presentations, pique more interest, do more third party validations, and show up for my team. Every time I add a new team member, I will earn $50. Every time they add a new team member, I will earn $25. All of these things are going to help me get to $8,333 a month by May 26th. This plan is now active. So I will earn $8,333 a month by May 26th, as long as I drive my own black SUV for 4 days a week and drive and build my team 4 days a week. And I put the dates. I said, as long as I drive Thursday through Sunday, and then Sunday through Thursday, I'm going to be building my team. I said that, and then he says, once you write it, so my challenge to you guys, write your statement of definite purpose, definiteness of purpose, read it every morning when you wake up with enthusiasm, and every night before you go to bed with enthusiasm. So let's come back and see your results in 2 weeks. For me, the first week, nothing happened. I did not earn $2,000. And so by that Sunday, I don't want to say I was questioning whether or not it worked. I was just kind of in my feelings a little bit because I didn't see it, right? So remember, just because you don't see a thing working doesn't mean it's not working. So I said, okay, I'm going to continue. And I read it every day this week, every morning this week. I got excited about it when I read it. And I read it every day last week as I was getting ready for bed. Can I tell y'all that by Saturday night, I had earned $2,100 for the week, surpassing the goal. The goal was 2,000. I ended up doing 2,100. So y'all know what? Y'all, yeah, I guess you can almost guess that I'm gonna be reading that statement of definite purpose again every day when I get up and every day before I go to bed. So do y'all accept the challenge? What's going through your mind, Tina?
I'm like getting getting my numbers together. I'm basically like in my head on what is that goal, pinpointing. I'm getting to the core with myself, you know. I mean, I'm all about accepting the challenge, and I'm all about putting my all into it.
I love it. I love it. Richard, challenge accepted or no?
No, no.
Challenge. Okay. Since we've been on the spot, of course, uh, challenge accepted.
Okay.
Um, it's gonna come. Definite of purpose. We got it down. Let me do that. Maybe you see my face a little bit better. I'm still in the car.
Yes.
I just got home, so I could be still. Uh, but yes, accepted.
Awesome. 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 All right,
Uh,
y'all. Well, this has been Cash Flow Conversations. And if I must say, this was one of the best times. I mean, we literally get excited about being here with y'all. It is one of our favorite times, one of our favorite things to do. Again, we do have a private call on Sundays at 6 p.m. You are definitely invited to join. And if you can see at the bottom of the screen, you can go slide in the DM, either my DMs, Coach Richard, Coach Tina J. Everybody's name is down there on the screen. You should be able to see our names. And if not, matter of fact, I'll go in and tag you guys on both YouTube and Facebook. We are getting to the core. We are having cash flow conversations. Looking forward to the next getting to the core, hopefully next Monday. But in the meantime, you got us on Sundays, and we're also going to be coming to y'all live on Wednesdays at some point because we're on a mission. Our mission is to tell everybody we know
Definitely.
about how to make this money, how to get to the bag, the big bag, as Tina likes to say.
The big one, not the little.
The big one, not the little one. Because we are global and internationally known, and we are on a
Period.
mission. Yes, we are on a mission. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is your book to go get. Richard said mindset equals change. No,
Mm,
mindset change equals growth. And
equals
Tina
growth.
said
There you go.
the more you learn and apply, the more you grow. We will have Auntie Eve back. We did have another guest tonight, Miss Danny. She said her client ran long. She's a massage therapist, so we will talk to her soon. She did text me and let me know she couldn't get here in time because she's wrapping up a massage. I wish she was wrapping up my massage, but it's another story for another time. I'm definitely gonna be I'm definitely gonna be getting them soon. But I will see you guys tomorrow at our Tuesday in-person meeting. That's another opportunity
I
to connect with us. If you are in the Atlanta area or in the Edgefield, South Carolina area, you can ride with Tina. Yes, 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 yes. All right. I hate to see y'all go, but you know what? It's time. We have definitely been here for over an hour. So thank you guys for showing up for yourselves. Thank you for showing up for the people, giving the words of wisdom, the book
thank you.
recommendations, and your takeaways. This has been Cash Flow Conversations. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.